So there's another hashtag. This time for Eric Harris, Tulsa County, Oklahoma. And he was killed last week while being apprehended. He was running from the police. He had sold the police, sheriff deputies, drugs, and apparently was going to sell them weapons. And once they there is a problem of what's wrong with us. What's wrong with, and when I say us, I'm talking about mankind. What is wrong with us that what we see in the video with Eric Harris, as he is being apprehended, he has been shot, he has surrendered, he is on his face, and two sheriff deputies, two men who have been charged with protecting and serving, come rushing in with no regard to human life, no regard whatsoever to the situation, no concern with the fact that he had been shot. These two animals run in and essentially tell a dying man that your life is meaningless, that your breath is nothing. They curse his breath and said, F your breath. Clearly, this sheriff officer who has been protected by the sheriff's department, they've blocked out his image so we don't know his face, and it may be a while before we ever know his name. Clearly, he was speaking more than to Eric Harris. And before I even go too much further, condolences to the Harris family. No one deserves to lose a family member like this. And I don't care. To everyone who says, well, he shouldn't have run, to everyone who says that he was guilty of crimes, you know, the reason we live in America, the reason America is because rights are extended to everyone. Even those that we don't like, and even those who are guilty of crime, they should not be subjected to cruel and unusual punishment, to being treated less than an animal. Imagine this: if this had been a video of an animal being treated the same exact way, the United States as a whole would be in an uproar. But because this is a human being, and because we have been dehumanized, not only is this a human being, but this is a black man, a black person, half of America is divided on this issue, and they feel as though that this was justified. This would not be justified if it had been an animal. But it's justified because it's a black person. What is wrong with mankind? What is wrong with these people? How is this any way acceptable? And so the sheriff deputy is not just talking to Eric Harris. I want you to understand, the sheriff deputy is speaking to all of us. He is expressly speaking to all of us because he wants the rest of us to know that no matter how much we stand in solidarity with the Gardner family, when we said we can't breathe, no matter how much we stand in solidarity against police brutality, he was making a message known to everyone because he was aware of video. Don't be fooled. Every officer is aware of when a body cam is rolling. So he was making a message. He was sending a message to all of us saying, F your breath. In other words, F any regard to your life, any regard to your beliefs, any regard to what you stand for. Everything that you stand for and you believe in, that officer, that deputy was saying F it all. It isn't lost on us that this happened literally just a few miles from Black Wall Street. Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the race riots took place, where thousands of black people were killed. It isn't lost on us that this happened in the same state as Levi Pettit and his fraternity brothers who got caught singing the song about lynching black people from trees. Lynching niggers was actually their words. It isn't lost on us. And so don't be surprised when the observant among us are able to connect the dots and see that same hatred, the same type of hatred that was shown to Eric Harris, the same hatred that was shown to Eric Gardner, the same hatred that was shown to Michael, to Walter Scott. That same hatred is the same hatred that flows down throughout American history. It is the same hatred that led to the race riots of Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is the same bitterness, the same dehumanization, the same animalistic barbarism. It is the same thing. And so when we call it out, understand we are calling it out not just on a case-by-case basis, but we're calling it out on a case study. This is a case study where there are examples throughout all of American history where people have had little, if any, regard to human life in general, but absolutely no regard to Black lives in specific. There is a deficit in humanity when you can treat another human being like this. If this is what our policing agencies have become, then we need to reconsider that entire concept altogether, because that is so unacceptable on so many levels. The guy had already surrendered. Blood was flowing underneath his arms, and these two animals, these two thugs in badges, these two cowards, these two men who are emasculated in their regular lives, therefore they have to assert their dominance in their professional life, come rushing in and treat a human being worse than anyone would ever treat an animal. And some of America thinks that this is okay. Some think that this is acceptable, I guess because of who it's happening to. But to all of you who look at this video and feel like this is okay, feel like this is acceptable, feel like he shouldn't have run, or he got what he deserved, or some of you even feel a perverted sense of gratification because of who this is happening to you. I really genuinely want to tell you the same thing that sheriff officer told Eric Harris in his dying moments. I want so badly to curse your breath. I can taste it, but I won't, because I refuse. We stand on the side of justice. We stand on the side of truth. We have the moral high ground, and what we stand for is what's going to win. And so we have no need to devolve into the same animalistic barbarism that you and your ideology has demonstrated throughout American history. We have no need to do that. You are losing the fight. You have been exposed to the world. Everyone sees your hate. Everyone sees your cruelty. Everyone sees how barbaric you are. Everyone sees how thuggish you are. You have been revealed to the world. So I have no need to curse your breath. Time has already done so.